Teachers, more than anything, really want to teach. And unfortunately, and the reality is in a lot of schools, they just simply are prohibited from teaching.
The school culture is one of really high expectations for both teachers and students, and it's one that is rigorous and challenging, but at the same welcoming in the sense that you really understand and feel that everyone is working together. Good morning, Justin. Good morning, Navalia.
One of the best things about working here at South Bronx Classical Charter School is the collaboration with my team. I have 3 other teachers on my team, and we're constantly working together, trying to improve our lesson plans and our units together.
There are many parts of teaching that take away from teaching. Grading papers, making copies, looking for materials, making materials. And here at SBCCS, as teachers, we don't have to do any of that. We have a staff full of people who are willing to do things from stapling books together, to making copies, to cutting things out, to doing the research that we need in terms of looking for the materials. And that is absolutely wonderful because it's a great stress reducer.
In other schools that I visited or colleagues of mine, they spend a lot of time getting their students from A to B or getting them to transition from reading to math. We really cut out that time so that we can maximize our learning time and really give scholars the most out of their day.
Each teacher is treated as a student as well. It's always understand that this is a field where you're always learning, always growing. There's no such thing as having arrived. Anytime that a new book goes across our director's desk, he buys it for us. So we always are up to date with the newest in educational practices.
Our school prides itself on saying that our organizational chart is upside down. Our teachers are on the top, and we're there to support them. At South Bronx Classical Charter School, we try to provide all those resources here so that ultimately teachers can teach.
I'm going to tell you one thing that I loved about Laura's writing is that she kind of made it into a story. It was like a real diary entry when she said, I woke up this morning and oh my gosh, I was late for training.
We have to be working twice as hard so our scholars can achieve, twice as much as their peers in other schools. But I think we're continuously given what we need to either, if our lesson planning isn't really up to par, all right, this is how we're going to make it better. We work very, very hard, but I think that it creates a culture that the scholars recognize that we're working hard for them and they want to reciprocate and they work hard for us.
I'm teaching in my own community. I grew up here. This is where I'm from. When I'm teaching them, I'm enriching my community. I'm creating people who are going to live here, who are now better for that.
So my commute is actually a little bit longer than most of the other teachers at the school. I come from the bottom of Manhattan all the way up to the South Bronx, so it's about a 55-minute commute. I will admit I was a little uneasy about it at first, but in doing it for the past 7 months, it's actually become part of my routine and a very necessary part of my day in order to decompress. So I actually really value my commute time.
Unlike most schools that have a traditional structure of teachers who report to a principal, our teachers generally report to their grade team leader, who is also a teacher in their grade.
Taking on this new role as grade team leader has been really great. It's allowed me to work with my colleagues in the capacity of mentor.
A team leader is more like a mini principal for the grade.
It's allowed me to see what really works in classrooms grade-wide, and it really helps elevate the whole grade because we're learning from each other. I actually was in the advertising business, and while I loved my job, I left the day not feeling rewarded, and it led me to seek other opportunities. Teaching has been that fulfillment of having that reward at the end of the day. Whether I had a really excellent day or a really bad day for whatever reason, I know that during the day I touched someone and I helped them further their goals.
2 words, Kevin Dixon. He came in at the beginning of the year and would sulk through almost every lesson, and now he is one of my highest achieving in terms of just pure intelligence and creativity. We're writing poems right now, and we just recently wrote a freestyle poem about the best meal we ever had. And he wrote this poem about nerds, and he created this analogy that nerds are like in this tiny jail cell, and when he shakes them up, he can hear them like crying to get out of it.
Nerds, nerds, I hear you shaking like you're in jail. You're screaming help.
I couldn't even write that. Like, that was just so good.
Chitty, more chitty.
The most rewarding thing about teaching is
The immediate results we see from our students every day.
Understanding that you are now a permanent part of someone's life.
really working with the scholars and seeing their growth.
And it doesn't get much better than that.